which I'll do as briefly as I can, just because I'm trying to introduce vocabulary words to you guys. Got the pansexual thing covered, the bisexual thing covered. I think I had another word that I gave you guys. We did all the Yiddish stuff. That was very helpful. Which reminds me, I just visited the Bare Pussy, and it is pretty bare. So we need to get some other storytellers from the audience. We need at least one. Come on and give it a shot. You got 7 minutes to get up here and do what we're doing. And we're doing it for you, so why not do it for us? Some people could, you know, there are people here who have traveled halfway across the world, and none of their friends are here, so they'll never know. And there are people here who are like interns here just for the summer, who are interested in storytelling. Some of these people might think this is an opportunity to try this. So why not? Switching. Oh my God, wouldn't it be great to be a switch? Let's address a few terms. Okay, so I'm bisexual. So let's talk about the stuff that I do with guys. In the realm of sex with men, I am a top. I know, I'm as surprised as anybody by that. I mean, I come off so fey, you think, you know, well, it must be a bottom. Why not? And I have been fucking the ass because I'm born in the 20th century and I get around. Of course I've been fucking the ass. And I like it. It's super intense. It's like probably the most intense sexual experience I've ever had with my body. Getting a dick or something like a dick put in my ass just feels amazing. But it's not something I crave, if you know what I mean. I'm not like Mindy Raff over here. If she doesn't have something in her butt, she's just unhappy. Right? It's like, do you have something in your butt right now?
No. I'm not. I can't do the. I can't go public. I couldn't.
The whole public sex thing. We'll get you back.
Yeah.
We'll get you out of here as fast as we can.
Baby
so you can,
steps. Yeah.
Exactly. Please don't have sex at the sidewalk. I want to keep doing the show here. The Delancey, though, where I do that other show, I'm fucking in the bathrooms. They don't care. People do. I say that, and they're like all scramble off the bathrooms and fuck. I hear about it because they get up and tell stories about it. Anyway, my butt. So I like having stuff in my butt, but it's so intense that it's very rare that I actually want someone to do it. And it's because of the relationship I have with that person, as it turns out. It's like it's something special that's mine to give. And it's not because I'm holding out, it's just because you're gonna see me cry like a little baby if you put something in my butt. And it's just this great release, and afterwards I'm like 10 years younger, every time it works. So I'm a top, and I like fucking people in the butt. Thank you. And if I like both things in the realm of vocabulary, in the gay world in which I operate, I would be versatile. And that is the best of all possible things, right? Because then you can top or you can bottom. And that means that on Grindr, people will talk to you longer than 2 minutes. The first thing you find out on Grindr, you top or a bottom? I'm a top. Hello? Because they're also a top. I'm a top. Oh, I'm a bottom. Can I fuck you right now? And it's, no. Let's get to know me a little bit, please. But if I'm versatile, then I can just have sex with any man in the world. Anyone with a penis would be awesome. In the realm of BDSM, we have a word that's similar, and that is switch. It means that you can be a dominant, or you can be a submissive, you can be a top, or you can be a bottom. You can hit people with flogs, or you can be hit with flogs, and everything is aces and cool with you. When I got into BDSM, which I did at the ripe old age of 39, I thought, well, I'm going to be submissive. Someone asked me to start getting involved with it, and I said, I'm going to be submissive. And that made sense to me because I'm a people pleaser. If you ask me to do something, I'm happy to do it for you. If you want to spank me, I mean, what's the harm in that? That's great. So then when I started actually doing stuff, I found that I really would like you to stop hitting me with stuff. It's annoying. You know, it's like, if this is getting you off, great, but I'm just sitting here wishing you would quit. But when I'm hitting somebody else, and that felt like at first that was weird, because it's like, I don't want to hurt somebody, you know? It's like, I don't want to, like, causing pain is not something I want to do. I'm a nice person. But then I found you can be nice to people by hitting them with shit. That's what they want. And it makes them happy to do it. And then someone will say to you, will you hit me with shit? And you're like, sure. You know why? Because I like you. And so I became a dominant, which, surprise, surprise too, because I'm totally fag. You know, I'm just like up there beating people up with sticks and fucking them in the butt and feeling pretty good that I'm doing nice things for people. Because I'm a giver that way, you know? My girlfriend's is here now, so I can't talk about her anymore. She likes it in the butt. Our next storyteller is a good friend of mine. We met on a storytelling show, actually. I went up before him, and as I was coming off the stage, he was the next person up. He said, like, hey man, you're good. I was like, oh, thanks, you know. thanks, that's great, good luck up there. And he went up and he like fucking took the house apart. He just like took the roof and just broke it and shattered it, and everybody's like outside now wondering what to do with themselves, and then he just like tore a hole in the ground. He was amazing. He was such a good storyteller. And I was like, well, there are good people out there. There's good people and there's great people, and he's great. And he just decided recently to go on tour in Europe, went to all the most romantic cities, and is making now a documentary from that tour. And he said to me he has a new story he wants to tell, and I said, you're always welcome on the Bear stage, Mr. Jay Long.
Thank you. Give it up for Jefferson's cock ring and leather pants, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome from Israel, by the way. Shalom. Give it up for our visitor here, everyone. Yes. Give it up for Miss Raff's asshole here. This is wonderful. How you guys doing? You guys all right? I know there's people eating dinner in the back. Is this the greatest dinner theater you've ever seen in your life? Yeah. I buy tickets to that shit. Yeah. So I'd like to tell you a story tonight about my first week in New York City. I've lived here for about 3 years, and like everyone's first week in New York, you party hard, you work hard, and you play hard, right? Can everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
So when you move here, it's also you gotta hustle, right? You're subleasing or you're living very rough. My first sublease was from a 40-year-old virgin evangelical Christian, not shitting you, straight up 40-year-old virgin. No one has ever come close to that pussy, all right? Ever, not even close. She is the sister of one of my close friends, actually. So subleasing from her. And there has never, ever been any sin in this place until I subleased. I was working hard, I was playing hard, and boy, did I find a way to be shocked. After partying one night, I see this cab, the light is on, so I jump in. And I jump in, and there I see this lovely, lovely woman. She had bright red lipstick, perfectly applied, a tight, skin-tight dress. Her hair was perfect. She had these, like, heels that just grasped her beautiful feet. And her tits are popped out, and she is on. And I'm like, I thought this cab was open. And it turns out the cabbie had locked her inside of the cab. I'm like, dude, that's creepy. What the fuck are you doing? Let her out. Turns out she left her money upstairs in her apartment, and the cabbie would not let her out because he feared that she would just rip him off. So after 5 minutes, they're arguing, and I'm like, finally, like, miss, listen, it looks like you've had a good night. I tell you what, I'm from Oregon. I'll take care of your cab. This is what we do here. Pass it forward to the next person. Little did I know, no one in New York does shit like that. She looked at me weird, like, where are you from? And I'm like, from New York. This is totally normal here. And I was like, I'll take care of your cab. Just enjoy your night. Please go on. Well, she gave me the look. She was raring for it. She goes, cabbie, we'll go to his place. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, we're going to my place. Cabbie, up to the Upper East Side where I was subleasing from the 40-year-old virgin evangelical Christian. All right? Cab pulls up to the place, and we pop out, and we are so tipsy at this point, and we're like stumbling upstairs. And I'm like, go ahead, have a seat, make yourself at home, thinking like, who knows what might happen here. Little did I know what might happen. So I was like, I'll go get a nightcap, make yourself at home. I come back out, and I have 2 glasses of wine, thinking, yeah, maybe we can romance, have a little romance, right? And as it turns out, she's completely naked, other than her red lipstick and her 6-inch heels that are still grasping her feet. And I'm like, oh, okay, hello, hi, hello. I don't even know her name. And then, as I hand her the glass, she takes out this vial, and she lays out the longest line of Molly I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, holy shit. It covers an entire long IKEA table. And she goes, oh, thank you. Grabs the glass, and then she goes, snorts the entire line To tell you how big this line of Molly was, like Al Pacino, Scarface himself would have been like, honey, go easy. Keith Richards would either marry her or adopt her. It was incredible. And so she takes the glass and she goes, oh, okay, thanks, wonderful. And I'm like, Jesus. And she didn't even offer me any, by the way. I don't do drugs, but I paid for her cab. The least she could do is offer, right? So, next thing you know, we're just enjoying casual conversation. We're having some wine. And then she jumps on top of me, starts straddling me, and going to town, right? And my eyes are closed, and at one point, my eyes fly open again, and she's choking the shit out of me like an MMA Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, just fucking really going. And it turns out I kind of liked it, actually. Kind of liked it. It was kind of hot. Still surprised. I was like, okay, stop. I'm gonna die. That would be horrible because someone would have to explain that to the 40-year-old virgin evangelical Christian who I'm subleasing from. Things heat up, right? Go back to the bedroom. Oh, and things are getting down. Now I should explain this house a little bit more because this house had all of the Christian paraphernalia in it. You know, like Bible verses on the wall. Jesus Christ is hanging from a cross at the foot of the bed, staring at us like, you motherfuckers. Things are getting heated, and as I, not to be too grotesque, put myself in her, I feel this incredible pressure that I've never felt before in my entire life. And I'm like, what is happening? And as I go down to check it out, she sprays like a Brooklyn fire hydrant during the summer. All over the Christian paraphernalia. It's dripping from Jesus' face. He's crying now. He's just like, oh. I've never experienced anything like this in my entire life. For those not fully up with the story, she's a squirter. My first time. Never. And I'm subleasing from a 40-year-old virgin evangelical Christian who's never had any sin in this house. I didn't know what to do. We fall asleep that evening, wake up in the morning, and I ask a very important question to myself. Jay, what do squirters eat for breakfast? As it turns out, eggs. Scrambled eggs, really. That's it. And so we had breakfast. It was a lovely evening, a wonderful morning. Her hair's kind of just coiffed and all over the place, and I'm like, that was fucking crazy. I don't know how, I'm gonna have to hire a cleaner. We go downstairs, I hail a cab, put her in it, I kiss her goodbye, and I wish her well. Never seen this woman ever again. But come to think of it, I never gave her money for the cab. I don't know how she got out, but I hope she got home safely. Thank you guys.
That is Jay Lalonde, everybody, the most romantic man in the universe. Oh, thanks, Jay.